Hello again, my juicy friends. We are back with another session of Juice Along with Jason, the lockdown special. This is the penultimate juice. Over the weekend, I'll be making some blends, and then come Sunday, that'll be the end of the Juice Along with Jason lockdown specials. But I'm moving on to something else, which I'll tell you about on Sunday, just to mix things up. Now, I'm going to be honest, today's recipe, look, all the other ones I've been making so far, I make them beforehand. Those of you just joining us, by the way, I'm making a bunch of recipes. First of all, just to share them with you, get a bit of goodness in during this time, but also as part of the new book, Juice and Blend Me, Juice and Blend Me Challenge, hopefully coming out September time. And then I've asked you to rate them. So thank you very much. Those that are doing that and giving us some feedback, those that can get hold of the ingredients. Now, talking about getting hold of the ingredients, because I've got to do something different as well. The plan's already set, by the way. These are bonus recipes that are potentially going to go in the book. This one is called Pour Me Another Juice. Yeah, that's not going to stay as the title. So if you can think of a new title, then that would be good. As I said the other day, coming up with recipe names isn't always easy after 20 years and hundreds of different recipes. But Pawpaw, P-A-W, otherwise known as papaya, grown in the tropics, obviously. Some people might say they can't get hold of it, this, that, and the other, automatically without even trying. Most major supermarkets have pawpaw. I mean, it's relatively common now. Go back 20 years, it's really hard to find, but actually it's quite common now. Here's what you need for the recipe. I've got some courgette, I've got some cucumber, I've got celery, 2 apples, and I'm going to put in a little bit of ginger as well, just to give it a little bit of a kick. Now, with all the other recipes, like I said, I've made them beforehand, so I kind of gauge that they might make it in the book, and I kind of gauge that you might like them. This one, I haven't made it yet, so when I taste this for the first time, I will give you my genuine reaction. So I might end up hating it, you might end up liking it, it might end up going in the book, so you never know. Now, what you're looking for, this is pawpaw. This is a big one, and what you look, well, I mean, they grow much larger than this, but I would consider this a pretty big papaya, pawpaw, one and the same thing. Cut it in half. Take out the seeds first of all. So I'm just going to use a little bowl here. This is all going juice. This is not, you don't need your blender for this. You only need your juicer. Again, I'm going to be making it in a cold press juicer. Obviously, goes without saying, I'm making it in the Juice Master Pro cold press. Make it with any juicer. Obviously, fast juicers as well. The idea is that it's not too ripe. The harder the fruit or veg, the more juice you're going to get. With papaya, you would normally have papaya chunks, and you would normally put those in your blender. However, we're just mixing it up a little bit and making a juice out of this. So, we want about a quarter of this. We're not going to use all of that flesh. So, what I would do is just cut that in half, and then I would just peel. So you just peel this thing with a knife. You're going to leave the pith on. So it's a bit like, you can leave the pith, Quith Eubank. Yeah, so leave the pith on. I'm a businessman, not a boxer. See, there's going to be people watching going, what on earth is he going on about? Has he lost it? Has he lost it in lockdown? There. Yeah, I think most people have. I think most people are over it. I think most people are going, are you kidding me? Oh, the rules. I don't like rules at the best of time. It's not like the rules even make sense, is it? You see people outside supermarkets, 2 meters apart. They're all 2 meters apart. It seems very important when they're queuing up to get their fruit and veg. But then once you're in the supermarket, of course, you're not 2 meters apart, or everybody's just next to each other. Oh, but it's all very important. Anyway, that's for another time. Right, here we are. We're just going to remove, like I said, leave the pith on. There's a little bit of skin left. I wouldn't worry too much about it. At this stage, you see, I'm really not Gordon or Jamie when it comes to the old cutting, to say the least. Right, so that's the skin. Let's get rid of that for a second. And now all we're going to do is grab the ingredients. Seems obvious is what we're going to do, but we're going to juice them. Who knew that? I am genuinely wondering what this is going to taste like. So, going to do an apple first. Put that in. Let that build up again in the reservoir. I just keep that locked tight. Only to a certain, there's a little measurement on there and you keep it up to there. You don't have to. You can just let the juice come out straight away. Going to put the cucumber in. And now, of course, the pawpaw. This is nice and it's not very ripe. So it's quite hard, which is quite nice. So this should juice pretty well. So we're only putting pawpaw in a juice. So I'm going to actually start opening that up now and releasing that juice. Nice. Pawpaw rich vitamin A, it's got vitamin C, it's got vitamin E, it's rich in the old flavonoids, it's got carotenes in there, and as a lot of people know, it gets used for a lot of hair products as well. Celery, if you've got this machine, put it in last, otherwise it's going to get stuck a little bit. This is what tends to happen with celery in these kind of cold pressed juices. I'm going to put the ginger in. First, when I wrote this recipe, I didn't have ginger, and I think it's going to need the kick. I just think I'm going to put a little chunk in there. I think it's going to require a nice kick of ginger. And then I'm just going to add the celery last. And when you add the celery last, you can give it a little poke around, you see? Nice little poke. There you go. And it should just kind of eat itself and just start juicing. Just grab hold of that. If it needs a little assistance, then you can always give it a little of assistance there. Going in, and you just grab that, let that build up in the reservoir. I don't want to waste any, obviously. Now let's just move that to one side. Now you can add ice if you fancy it, but I'm just going to try it without to get the real flavour, because sometimes if it's cold it can just kind of mask it a little bit. So here it is. Pour me another juice. It's too silly name, isn't it? Silly. Well, it looks good. I mean, I like the colour. It's unusual, and it's made the perfect amount. So there you go, even though it was just kind of just made up, obviously. Now, piece de resistance. Oh, it's good. That is good. You're going to be the judge of it. Oh, glad I put the ginger in. I think it would work without the ginger. But I think any opportunity you can to get what I call nature's doctor in, that's what I call ginger. It is the doctor of all juice. Garlic is sometimes better, but if you have garlic juice, you might get rid of some of your health conditions, but you get rid of all your friends as well. So there you go, you've got to balance that out. Right, Juice Along with Jason. The lockdown specials. This is the penultimate juice. Obviously, with the final juice is going to come tomorrow. Please tell me what you think of this bad boy, whether I should put this in the book or not. Tomorrow, again, the name of tomorrow's one, it's going to be Friday tomorrow. So we're going to have a juice. And then over the weekend, got 2 blends left. That's all I've got to do, 2 blends left. Got a nice blend coming on Saturday, and got something out the park going on Sunday to finish the Juice Along with Jason lockdown special. Thanks again for joining in. This, of course, is the Pour Me Another Juice, loaded with vitamins and minerals. In fact, unusually as well, but papaya has traces of a lot of minerals, as well as potassium and calcium and various other bits. So, you know, it's doing you good and tasting good at the same time. There it is. See you tomorrow. Another session. Juice Along with Jason, lockdown specials.